So today we have another product from Dakoyu, and they have been releasing quite a lot of new products lately. And this is the DK Young, and look at those vibrant colors. Almost reminds me of something tropical, maybe from Jamaica, the Bahamas, almost like some of the tropical birds of paradise. And here we have these aluminum scales that are very smooth, almost like Roxxon's very smooth, comfortable scales. And then they come in this green and vibrant blue right there. So that's pretty cool. Now, this will be a fairly familiar design. This right here has a great set of pliers. These are non-spring loaded, but they do have replaceable wire cutters. And then they have that crimper there at the bottom. And then let's go ahead and just work our way inside out. Now on this side, we have the 5mm bit driver, and because I ordered this early, Decoyu actually did include the 5mm adapter to 1/4 inch. So you do have that, and then you have this nice double-sided bit driver right there. Then on the inside, you have the can opener right here, and then the smaller screwdriver, the larger screwdriver with the bottle opener on that side. Let's close this up, and then let's look at the outside. Now on the outside, we have this file. This will be a 3-sided file right here. So that is a little bit of a change from some of the tools we've seen. We've got a set of scissors. We'll test it out a little bit later. We've got this nice knife, and then this is the tool that has both the serrated knife right there, and then like this rope cutter with the screwdriver on the end. On looking further on Dakoyu's website, I guess the 5mm extension does come with every single tool, so that's pretty cool. And overall, I really do like the vibrant colors, and it does come in at $32. So this does have the Velcro pouch that comes with it. It's pretty nice. It does remind me of almost like the SOG or the Leatherman pouch. All right, so with the DK Young, let's go ahead and do some cutting with the scissors. One of the first things I like to try out is the paracord. Let's go ahead and try that out the other way. Yeah, I'm not having too much luck with these scissors. There we go. So they are slicing through to some extent. But yeah, they are struggling a little bit. Let's go ahead and try the plastic. Plastic does good. It actually does cut through the zip tie, but for some reason, it does cut through that fine. And then let's go ahead and try to finish off the inner tube. Let's see if it can cut through this. Yeah, it cuts through that a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and it actually does. Let's see. Seems like it's getting a little bound up on this. If you take enough time, I guess it makes it through the seat belt, sort of. Yeah. So, yeah, they're not the best scissors I've seen. And now they're sort of chawing through the paracord a little bit. Now, because I did pre-order the DK Young, Dakoyu was generous and sent me an extra hat. They always try to take care of their customers who do actually go the extra step and pre-order early. So let's go ahead and just weigh this tool. So when we weigh this tool, it does come in at 257 grams, or when we go over 2 ounces, it does come in at 9.1 ounces. Now this tool right here, I think its biggest issue is there are so many amazing tools in this pretty much like 4-inch frame size. Let's go ahead, grab a measuring tape and get the exact size. So yeah, it's just a tad over 4 inches, or just a little bit over that 10 centimeters. So it's somewhere in that 4-inch frame size, and there's so many great options. So anymore, even a budget multi-tool has to hit everything perfectly for it to be sought after by a lot of people. So I'll leave this up to you. Maybe this is your dream tool, just something you're looking for, and I will leave links to it below. So not too long ago, Tacray sent this pen to the channel, and I was very happy that they reached out and said, hey, do you want to try this pen? I've been trying to amass a very small collection, I guess, of titanium pens. So I really like this, but this is a double action right here mechanism I don't know that I've seen that very much on these pens. And then it does have this really satisfying fidget spinner on the end. Now, I have to say that I've grown a little addicted to some of these gadgets because there are some times when you're in situations where it's just plain boring and life is that way. There's a bunch of excitement and then life just becomes boring for a very long while. And if you have something like this and you're stuck in a waiting room, if you're stuck in a car in traffic, I don't know, it just makes it more bearable for me, but maybe no one else. Anyway, I really liked the design of this pen. There are several different designs out there. And then it does take Smith refills as well. So it is fairly easy to get refills. There is 3 CNC textures and colorways. We already covered that it does have this dual action bolt mechanism, and it does seem very smooth. It is made out of grade 5 titanium, the body is, and then it has this really nice pocket clip, and I love it. I think it's great. Now, it does come in at $70. Now, this pen does seem a little pricey, I'm sure, for many people, but I do feel like it is very well made. It's a very classical, nice looking pen, and then it does have some extra fidget factor right there. I'll let you be the judge if this is the one for you, but it does feel very nice in the hand. And let's go ahead and just write the HVAC budget channel. Join, subscribe. There you go. Yeah, so I think it actually looks pretty nice and it writes pretty nice. Pretty big fan. Not too long ago, I had a video that actually did very well on the Arblack, got over 100,000 views, and it still is getting a bunch of views. This is a very nice looking tool. So for all intents and purposes, this is a $40 Gordon Harbor Freight multi-tool, just dressed up. Just be aware of that, and in some aspects, I think the Gordon might be a little bit better. Sometimes they want exorbitant prices for this tool, but it does look pretty cool. Mine had the issue in that the scissors did not lock in the handle. Now, the Gordon did, but mine did not. So I went ahead and I sent mine back, and in this version, they actually do lock in fine. Everything seems to work. And they seem to have fixed the problem, so it must have been a lemon that I got, but I wanted to update you on that this second Arblack that I got seemed just fine. I didn't really have any issues from Amazon. I think I had to maybe package this in a box and send it off to UPS, and they charged me, I put it in the exact box that it came in, and they charged me like $1.50 because they didn't like that, and they had to put it in some sort of plastic bag envelope. But that was the only issue really that I ran into. Otherwise, it functions fine, and I now have a tool that is still a little bit more expensive than the Gordon multi-tool. I think right now it's about $52, but I do have to say that I am a pretty big fan of the bright colorways.